All right, well, welcome. So this is literally the very first time that I have ever tried to scratch build. So what you're gonna be seeing is a lot of trial and error. Right now I'm just dry fitting, learning how to scratch bash on the fly. This is a Nerf gun that I chopped up, and along with this shampoo bottle top that I had off camera sort of turned into some makeshift head. This is gonna change later, but for now I'm testing it out. Now I'm playing around with these clips and seeing if they would be a good leg joint. You see me ADHD braining here, just switching between different ideas, kind of taking stock of what I have. At this point in the build, I really don't have a lot of supplies, and so part of what I'm doing is working with very limited things. Some metal bracket things I had, seeing if I could attach some pens to this for a leg. Honestly, throughout the build, joints continue to be the hardest part. Figuring out how to create pivot points and create a secure connection is a struggle all the way to the end. I'm getting back with these pens, trying to see if they would work as the thighs or the leg. I'm realizing half the battle is not having good bits, so I actually got addicted to going to Goodwill, and when I went there I found this amazing hand. Here I'm just playing around with it for a little bit. Kind of realized how fractal the body is, you know, hands look like legs, fingers have that same kind of multi-segmented joint thing. Shows how beautiful the design is of our organism. This thing was really fun, honestly. I felt a little sad having to take it apart, but it gave so many good parts. Realizing I hit the mother load with this piece here. There's just so many cool little greeblies and mechanisms, and this is really when the build started to come together. Here I'm using the Lego as like a little frame to attach to the hip. Just dry fitting stuff, kind of rubbing parts against each other, seeing if anything speaks to me. This thigh piece here really looks cool, and this is the beginning of the leg really coming together. These Legos are actually like dollar store Legos. Just clipping away some excess plastic so it can fit. Here's sort of a concept. Trying to figure out which way I want the leg to bend. And here's a photo. I built these hands off screen, sorry. Still learning how to capture the whole process. So working on the leg details, I've added like greeblies and wires and trying to build up some sort of hydraulic looking system. Use speaker wire here in between to thread between the kneecap. And just some little bits and bobs I had. So now I'm kind of playing around with the arms and shoulder joints, which ended up holding off onto till the very end. It's kind of at this point where I realized I don't like the head. The head's not keeping up with the coolness of what's happening else on the rest of the unit. So just starting to look around, see what other pieces of plastic I have that might be useful. At this point, I actually bought a cool Dremel tool because I was tired of using this little saw. So here I am unboxing it. This thing is awesome. Little USB powered Dremel tool. And you see me wearing my grandma's thimble here. This is a family heirloom. Thought it might help protect. I'm actually cutting, this is the fingertip from that hand, but I'm using it as a foot. And so I'm cutting some plastic off here so that I can insert the sort of the calf shin into it. Yeah, see, now it's really coming together. I'm getting more motivated. I feel like I'm found a thread to pull. I highly recommend not cutting things this way. I cut the heck out of my thumb, which made the rest of this build way harder than it needed to be. Just adding some greeblies here, little details, some wire connecting the different parts of the leg. I really don't know what I'm doing, I'm just playing around. So I spared you the details, but I just copied exactly what I did on the left for the right leg. Here I am kind of fiddling around with the arms again. Realizing pens are good for this. Found these really cool sort of like shoulder pad things that I could attach, and really feeling like this is coming together. For the head, for the neck and head, I'm using a spray bottle top with magnets inside, and I kind of come across this idea of like, oh, I could use I could have a magnet face or a detachable face. So that starts exciting me. Working on the back here, so just starting to really try and see how the neck and head can connect into the body. Here's a picture of the disaster that is my workbench right now. And then I found this flashlight and I got really excited because I realized it fits perfectly, or almost perfectly, inside this mask looking thing. And so I realized I'm gonna need to cannibalize that flashlight. To cut some of this plastic away so I could fit the flashlight through. This is very dangerous. Perfect fit. And now I'm just gonna test to see, does this light still work? By just connecting it to this battery pack. And it does. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, let's clean up this mess. I'm sorry, this must be hard on the eyes. one side effect of this project is that I immediately felt more capable of fixing things around the house, even in my car. For some reason, doing this just really gave me some extra confidence. Reinforcing the mask here with some styrene plastic, gluing it down, give the mask a back. And I'm still learning how to keep everything in frame, so sorry for some of these horrible shots. So now I'm thinking about how and where to put the battery pack, to put it at the base. How am I gonna hide it? Hopefully this angle works better. So here is a close-up of the plastic attaching to the back of the mask piece. So here I'm adding some magnets into the spray bottle head and seeing how can I secure the flashlight while having it be magnetically attached. Come up with a little solution here using the screw top of the bottle itself and some foam from the Nerf gun dart. This kind of pushes the light bulb through towards the head of the flashlight while allowing me to still attach it to the magnet. I think that's going to be so cool, especially once I thread some wire through. Here I'm just creating a little rubber stopper, a little O-ring for around the flashlight head so that it won't slide out of the mask. Gluing down all the attachments on the head and the mask. Nice. Screws on, good fit. That looks pretty cool. Found this little plastic thing I could use as a collar, and then this is from a Star Wars like speed racer toy. Sorry, I'm off screen here, but using that as like a battery pack. Looking for a way to attach it, and the Nerf gun part itself was perfect, so I'm gonna cut it down to size and then glue it into the back. I realized a ton happened off camera. I got a whole bunch more new supplies and set up a new desk area, and now the whole thing is kind of coming together. Worked on hands, worked on arms. I apologize again for jumping so far, but I was in the flow. The whole thing is way more solid now. learned this method of making hands from Bill Make Stuff. And I found this cool bass from an old stereo preamp. I'm realizing I could use magnets to attach it. It stands. Success. And it's perfect because I can hide the battery pack inside the base. Just adding some more details, some more tubing to the arms and some wires. I'm just about ready now for the base coat of paint. Just adding all the final attachments to the arm and shoulder, making sure everything's secure. And here we are. Let's prime it. Honestly, it's this part that I was looking forward to the most out of the entire build. Isn't that so satisfying? It really ties it all together. I know I missed the spot back there, but wow, this part is just so cool, so satisfying. So here I'm just doing a dry brush to kind of make the edges pop and bring out some of the details. Apologies in advance, I did not capture the entire painting process because I was honestly just learning on the fly, and so I only captured part of the process here, but dry brushing was really satisfying. I probably didn't have the right brush for it, but it did the job. After I dry brushed, I applied just a nice blue wash to kind of give it this dark titanium look. here is the final product. I call him Janky, and I had such a blast. It's obviously imperfect, and I see a million things that improve, but man, this was so fun. It was such a creative process, totally absorbed me for at least 3 weeks. And I had a lot more fun on the base than I would have guessed, actually. And here is a little cool AI-generated video from Google Gemini, bringing him to life. Well, that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks to Bill Making Stuff and Crafsman and all the other amazing scratch bashers on YouTube for inspiring me and teaching me how to do this incredible hobby. If you're at all curious, I cannot recommend it enough. It is so rewarding and so fun. I appreciate any likes, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Leave a comment. It helps me grow the channel, and I love hearing from you. Take care.